Hey guys, they made some changes to the epic modifiers of Alliance War, so I thought why not I make a video on them. So the first change they made is to Saith Doom. Its timer is changed. Earlier the timer was 17 seconds, now it's 45 seconds, which is good increase and nice because sometimes you will get uh, the 17 seconds timer is too less to do two prompts in it. 45 seconds is much more manageable, especially if you get a special attack one at the start of the fight and you need to say two special attack ones and you have to launch two specials. The second thing they did was change heal block to 75% Spectre. Basically now it won't reduce, it just reduce healing, it won't reverse it, which is very good because even if you miss one or two prompts, uh, this gives a bit of a strategy to this associate do. You can deliberately miss a prompt, say you know what your next fight is, and you think you won't be making any mistakes there, so you can deliberately miss two prompts to get 25% healing from two debuffs for the whole of the next three fights. So, say if you know that the next three fights are simple, you can make a deliberate mistake in them to get healing going, willpower healing going on for that fight. So this is a very welcome change, and according to me it will give a bit of positive when you are getting a debuff, because it's not just a heal block, and it will also be a bit nicer change and a bit of give you a bit of a more of a strategy if you deliberately want to mess up the prompts, or if you are in a position where uh, you can't help but mess up the prompts. For example, in BG was using his King Groot for a fight, so he had to launch just SP2s. So in that situation, a bit of a healing I think would be helpful. So another thing they did was change the prompt of throwing a special to use a bar of power, and this is very good. So in that earlier, see, if you have just went to an SP2 and now the prompt is throw two specials, that's not too good for you, but now it's just use a bar of power, so even a single SP2 will cover it. If you throw an SP3 it will cover it, so that's very nice. But they also now earlier Fantastic Four totally ignored this. No, now they don't. Instead of getting no prompts, they all get one prompt. So they've made it a bit harder for Fantastic Four while making it easier for everyone else. So I think this is a very welcome change, and it will be nice. It will be nice. For cascading failure too, they change the heal block to the 75% Spectre. Again, this will give you a bit of a not bit. This won't be a strategy, or you can say it could be strategic if you are using say Corvus. Just put in three hit combo, and then back off and get a bit of a healing. Wait for the 2 second to go down and do it again. Though similarly, I don't think it will work on Ghost because the second debuff is just armor break. It will shut down Ghost. But yeah, this is nice. The Spectre is much better than the heal block. Earlier, say you are using a thing in Alliance Quest, you have three hits on a heavy, and all three of them crit. So you're just getting a heal block and nothing good from it. Now you will at least be getting some regen, and thing is immune to armor break. So you're just getting two debuffs. So yeah, debuffs. So yeah, it's a better change for better. Now power to cover. Basically, it was that every time you hit the opponent, uh, his power rate and power rate will increase 1.5% per hit, and its uh, energy power consumption will decrease till 75%. So what they have done is change it to 0.5% power rate increase and only a 50% reduction. This I think is a very nice change because the power was getting a bit ridiculous for those mini bosses, and I personally haven't fought Doom with this on it, no, global on it, but those who have, I think they will agree with me that Doom with that much power gain and getting 70 just using 25% of his power on specials, that's a bit much. That's a bit too much even for me. So I am not on map 7, so I can't really comment on the acid wash Hulkbuster and Iron Man. And the end they have told us that these modifiers are only for our top alliances. This is something which I personally disagree with. All of these earlier, I think a Perry curse, turn the tide. Both of these can easily be uh, handled with those which are not in the top alliances. Not, I mean, not easily, strategically be handled. If you're thinking about it, then you can do turn the tide and parry curse. And now with these changes, you can also do cascading failure, faith, doom, and I think power to cover too. So, say if you are stuck in map 4 or map 5, because of the number of active players you have, say you only have 6 or 7 active players, you are per BG, you are just a group of friends who don't want to invite someone else, or are all don't want to risk it or something and just want to keep it in that you're just running one BG with map 4 or map 5. You can go and apply these modifiers and easily do this, uh, because they just add a bit more strategy to it. Uh, or say, I mean, yes, it will probably be better if you do on map 6 or map 7, but say you don't, you can't spare, um, say, for have run 3 BGs with 10 active players, you just have 8 active players or 7 active players. So that means you can't fill all the paths in map 6 or map 7. You can go and apply these modifiers on map 4 and map 5, man. They will just make the it a bit more interesting for you, and I think it will be better for you to run it like that. So I don't personally agree that this is only for those top 10 alliances. This can be done by anyone, especially because now that they are more strategic than just us, like Sorcerer do just throw. You don't really need to just throw potions on it, right? You don't really need to just throw pots. So yeah, anyone can run that. So, like, subscribe, and just hit me up in comments, like and subscribe, and give me some ideas for my later videos.